This is Evangelist Dr. Robert L. McKim Sr. from Carrollton, Ohio. First off, let me say that yesterday was the first day of spring, and that is what I said. If you listen to my video, I did, but it was like winter because it was snowing here. Excuse me, it still snows in March in Ohio. Ask anybody in Ohio if you don't believe me. And no, we're not south of the equator. Maybe that's where you are because your brain is froze. I'm sick and tired of you running your fingertips and you don't listen to what I said. Yesterday was first day of spring, but it was snowing here yesterday. And you can ask anybody in Carrollton or Ohio how it still snows in March and even into April. We live in Ohio, and that's how Ohio weather is until June, well, May and June and July and August and September and October, and then it has snowed in November. So, you know, you can bring it on with your stupid comments. But I'm not posting them because they're stupid. Okay, you don't listen. You only want to take bits and pieces of what I say and make it sound like something I didn't say. That goes to show the evil that is in your heart. Taking bits and pieces of what I say and then forgetting about the rest. Only Satan is an accuser of the brethren. Satan and his cohorts, yes. And that can be people that are being controlled. Their thoughts are being controlled. Their hearts and their minds are being controlled. Because of their upbringing, their religious beliefs, Jim Baker has Bridget the founder of Act for America, on his program again today. I don't have the volume up so that I can talk without having the TV going. Also, I wanted to talk about real quick is that I went to sign into my email, and then I got this message that they're experiencing technical difficulties. So I'm going to try signing in again and see what happens. Got my password saved, so you know, you guys can't see what my password is. Now it's coming up. You know, things happen. You know, a while back there was an outage at one of Yahoo's server sites. So I'm gonna. This is Evangelist. Doctor they gave me was, like I said, we worked it out. A guy lives in Harrison County. That's also, he was in the Army. Only one, this being something I said. That was actually a longer. Trying to find. She took a 20. I'm trying to find that spot where I was talking about the snow, but the video is taking a little too long here to load. Let me turn it down some here. It was like mail, and I was she was doing the will of Satan, whether she believes in him or not. This is my video, my property that she's taking and using for her own agenda, and that's to try to ruin me. People like this, they have an agenda. Getting the light again. I go to the Assembly of God church here in Carrollton. Yeah, certainly. Long story short, I can't go to church or go way down by noon. And of course, you can't eat in church. I mean, they don't have a supper or a lunch every single Sunday. This is why I'm playing. Only special occasions. Try and find that spot. This is the church down in West Lafayette that I visited last Wednesday. That's the inside. And this is our Facebook site. Pastor Cutlet. Let me skip down if I can here. 10:30 this morning. Of course, that's a little too far to go to church all the time because of my health. Sometimes my health gets the best of me. And that's something that some people... And I wanted to also, real quick, stress too that John Hagee. I played John Hagee, yes, I know. I did a lot of things here. And yesterday in my video, but I strongly remember saying that unless you can find it for me, since you like going through my videos and only showing bits and pieces of my videos, maybe you can, find it for me and find where I had said that yesterday was the first day of winter. If you would listen, I probably said it's the first day of spring, but it looks like first day of winter. There's a difference. Looking and being is two different things. Being the first day of spring on the calendar and looking is two different things. I was trying to say it is snowing outside, but in control by. Anyhow, I'm just I don't want to take up too much time on this video here, going through my other video, 30 minutes of it. I just wanted to tell people they need to, they need to study up on things before they start running their fingertips. This Mr. Jenkins, he's calling me lazy. He says that, so you are disabled on paper. In other words, he doesn't believe I'm disabled only on paper. He doesn't understand the how I showed videos of my x-rays of how my back is, my lower back is on the inside. I'm not just disabled on paper. I'm disabled in my body. I was born with 2 birth defects in my lower back. And I have osteoarthritis in my lower back. And I have nerve damage in my legs and my feet. Which evidently you do not know nothing about. Even though you think you're so smart, Mr. Jenkins. And you're constantly quoting Old Testament scripture. You haven't even quoted New Testament scripture yet. Which tells me that you're more or less an Orthodox Jew. Or one of those so-called Messianic Jews that still wants to hold to the Old Testament instead of Jesus Christ. And I'm not a sloth, thank you very much. Long story short, you don't know everything. Because evidently you're not researching what neuropathy is. You're not researching what neuropathy is and how neuropathy can cause people not even to feel their feet anymore. They can't feel their feet because the nerve endings in their feet are basically destroyed from neuropathy. That's why I gotta go to a foot doctor, foot and ankle doctor tomorrow. Well, I was supposed to go last Tuesday, but he wasn't going to be in, called and rescheduled. I also have TMJ in my jaws. And you can't see what's on the inside of me that's making me disabled. Or is it that the only way a person can be truly disabled is if they are in a wheelchair and they're paralyzed? Because if that's the only definition that you can understand of being disabled, you don't know nothing about disability. But yet you claim that you're smart. I mean, you're claiming it on my YouTube. So, prove to me without a shadow of doubt that a person cannot be disabled if they're not in a wheelchair. Disabilities are way more complicated than just being in a wheelchair and paralyzed. That's the problem. There are more things that people can be born with, like Renee with cerebral palsy, and cannot cerebral palsy, and cannot do things with their certain parts of their body that other people can do. Like, and I can do things with my right hand, and I can do things with my left hand, but Renee cannot. What her right hand does, her left hand does also, and she keeps her left hand curled up beside her, because she doesn't have independent brain control of her left hand as she does with her right hand. Anyhow, there are people out there that all you want to do is criticize and condemn people that can't do the things that you think they should be doing. And let me tell you something. I volunteer my time. I'm the president of I'm the president of my own organization called the Community Awareness Emergency Response. And radio security radio patrol, and it's not just on the internet. We have been around for years before the internet. 1987 is when we got our charter from the American Federation of Police. The internet, there was computers, but there wasn't an internet. Oh, some people say, oh yeah, there was an internet. No, there wasn't. There was not an internet in the 80s. The internet didn't come about until the mid-1990s. Thank you very much. I'm not stupid. I was around then. I know what was going on. The only way you could dial into a computer in the 80s, if you had this device that you put the receiver of the telephone onto, and then you dial in that way to another computer. You got to dial into that computer. You could not just like you do today, just go from one site to another site to another site to another site to another site. By either, in the 90s, you hooked up your phone line to the back of the computer and got on the internet that way. Then DSL came out. Then now wireless came out. Long story short. There's been a lot of advances in the internet since dial-up in the mid-1990s. But before that, there was no dial-up. Only from one computer to another computer. That's the only way you can get onto you had to know the phone number to that computer to dial directly into that computer. So, people, you can say whatever you want to say. But it's always going to be a lie because you want to stress your lies rather than the truth. And I'm done for now. All I'm just going to say is that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father but by and only through Him. God bless you. Have a blessed day.